Good day friends, Dubster here. Just a forewarning that this isn't going to be the best video. It's actually not the easiest video for me to make. But our family's had a string of bad luck of late, and I just wanted to talk you through what has happened and the consequences of some of the things that have happened and what it means for me going forward. I have got some Lego here that I will share with you towards the end of the video. I guess I can't really have a video without Lego. I guess I can, but yeah. So let's just jump into it. The first thing that happened was my Saratoga died. So our Saratoga died. Saratoga is a native Australian fish, and it's a fish I've had for a very long time. In fact, he was 22 years old. So I think they say on average in the wild, so 8 to 10 years that they live. So to have him live for 22 years, we were very lucky with that, very fortunate with that. And it was one of those things that we knew was coming. Not that he was ill in any way, but at 22, out of fish, being a fish at 22 years old, I mean, it was it really was just a matter of time. So while it wasn't a huge shock, it's still sad, you know, to have a pet you've had for so long pass away. So that was the first thing that happened. The second thing that happened, and it's the fish tank right down there, is the fish tank busted. Now it didn't bust as in leak. It actually, the supports let go, and it was very lucky I was home when it happened, so I could actually jump into action and save the fish and save the tank actually from exploding basically. And I'm going to take the camera off the tripod and we'll head down there and we'll have more of a chat about that. And I think that's probably the main guts of this video, is going to be talking about the consequences that tank busting is having on my fish hobby, I guess you can call it, my fish life. So the third thing, which is the biggest thing, and I've actually had to shoot this video when my wife wasn't home, because if she heard me talking about it like this, it would make her extremely upset. We lost our horse, so it was very unexpected. He wasn't very old. He was 14 years old, so for a horse it's not very old. We had him since he was 6, so he's been with us for a very long time, and it was just one of those unfortunate things. No matter what the vets did, we just couldn't save him. And yeah, so that's had a huge impact on our family, a huge impact on my wife, because you know, I love my fish, I love my Lego, I have lots of hobbies in life, lots of things to look forward to. Well, the horse and horse riding was the thing my wife really looked forward to. She would go horse riding just about every weekend. Most of the time she would go a couple of times a week. So it's a huge part of her life. And yeah, and to have that, I mean, you know what it's like when you bust your guts all week at work, and you always look forward to the weekend and things you're going to do on the weekend. And that was the thing that my wife really looked forward to each week. You know, be able to come home and go for a trail ride, or even just riding around the local area. So yeah, so it was a huge blow. It was not something, but like I said, it was just completely out of the blue, and yeah, it's a real shock, to be honest. So what I do want to talk to you is about this fish tank mainly. Because of that, what happened with the tank, it's going to have a huge impact on on my life in the next few months, because I've got a plan that I want to do, and it just involves a lot of work. So I'm really hoping that I can have everything squared away, everything totally completed by no later than Christmas. I'm thinking it probably won't take me that long, but yeah, I sort of think if I can get everything done, I have Christmas, I actually have 3 weeks off after Christmas, so if I could have everything done, it means I can have a more enjoyable holiday, not not so busy around the place. So it will impact somewhat. Well, actually, I'm hoping it doesn't impact what I do Lego wise and creating videos for you guys, because for me, my Lego room and building and whatnot is it's just part of what I do. So I should be able to continue with some form of content. I got a few ideas. It's just time, basically. I'm just going to be so pressed for time. So what we're going to do is we're just going to jump down now. I'll show you the fish tank. I'll show you what happened, and then I'm going to talk about what my plans are moving forward. So let's go do that. This is my biggest fish tank. It's about 200 gallons in US, so it's 750 odd litres. So what happened was I was actually sitting at the other end of the room on the computer and having lunch actually, and I heard a crack, and when I tried to find out where it came from, I come down to inspect, I heard a second crack, and then realised that something was, well, obviously I realised something was going on. I thought the tank had cracked. I was looking for water, I couldn't see anything, but I did notice that the water level, which I normally have it fall right to the top, the water level had dropped about maybe half an inch, 10-12 mil. So straight away I was thinking that it's losing water, it's leaking somewhere. Again, couldn't see any water. It doesn't sound like much, but that much water over this size tank is quite a lot of buckets of water. So what had happened is this support now has these two main supports here, and these are the things that really hold the top of the tank. With an aquarium, the pressure for aquariums is at the top. That's where the most pressure is on all your joints, and it's the most pressure on these braces. That's why they're so important. Now I've got the lids on here, but it's actually totally let go at the back here. So what happened is this brace let go, and this brace was holding on still. But what had happened, because there was so much pressure against it, it actually cracked the pieces of glass here that the supports are attached to. So you can see the crack in there. So it's not the main panel of glass, it's just this little strip of glass that runs along here that these braces attach to. So it cracked it here, and then when I heard a second crack, it cracked it back here. So it cracked it on both sides, and at that stage there was not too long before, I mean really the worst case scenario in that instance, which is probably the most likely scenario, is the panel would just blow off. It just split down the sides, and you could have a real major disaster. Because I was home, I could quickly drain the water down to take the pressure off the top. So once I drained it down like halfway or so, it took all the pressure off the top of the tank. So I was able to drain it halfway, set a pond up for my fish, and get all the fish out. So it was a huge few hours, or several hours, that it took me to get everything organized. So now the good thing about this is it's repairable. So because no major damage was done to the tank itself, only to these braces, all of these braces can be removed and new braces put in. So the tank is repairable. However, because I have to empty this tank out, I have to move it out, I have to get it repaired. I could repair it myself, but I'd feel more confident in what my plans for this tank moving forward, I'd feel more confident to have it professionally done. So I'm going to do that, which means I have to take it to down to Cairns. So I have to take it down to the city, which is about an hour and a half away. So yeah, it's not an easy thing transporting a tank this size, that sort of distance. So so that's what I got to do. But because I have to go through all this, I'm actually going to buy a brand new fish tank, and it's going to be, let me just come back this way, it's going to be almost twice as big litre wise as this one. Now my plan is all my big fish in this tank and all the fish that are in this tank are all going to go in this new tank. And set this huge tank up here, I have to move this tank, and this tank. So I basically have to empty and strip every tank and then move them, because that tank will go, this tank will go there, this tank will go push right down to there, and that will give me enough room then for this big tank, which will run right along here. That's what my plan is moving forward, and of course it means I've got to build a new cabinet for the fish tank. There is just so much to be done. It's really going to honestly, I've got probably 6 weeks of solid work over every weekend to be able to pull this off in time. So basically, like I said, these fish will go with my other big cichlids into this new tank. These fish will move into this tank, which is a massive increase in size, and then these fish will move into this tank. So a lot of moving. In the end, it will be better for all the fish. Every fish is going to have a bigger tank to go to. So from that, I think you can appreciate how much work I've got ahead of me. I mean, if you've had fish tanks before and big tanks like this, and you've pulled them down and have to set up other tanks, you know the time involved with that. When I get the new big tank, like I said, I've got to build a cabinet for it, I've got to build a new hood for it, I've got to build a new filtration system for it. So yeah, there's just lots to be done. I'm a bit of a planner, so I've planned out everything I need to do in what step, what fish I need to move first, to empty that tank, to move it to here, to move this one to there, and yeah, all that sort of stuff. So I've worked it all out, and I think it's going to take me at least 6 weeks to do everything. Then I still have to build the cabinet and then put the new tank in, and then after that is filtration and a hood. So yeah, so I'm thinking if I can get everything done and all set back up and be able to enjoy my fish again by Christmas, I'll be really happy with that. And yeah, so that's what's happening. We'll open this box of Lego in a second. Just so please bear with me. I really appreciate you guys hanging in, the people that still hang out and watch my videos. Honestly, I really appreciate it. I hope you get something from my videos. Yeah, I just like to share what I'm doing. I'm just a Lego nerd, fish nerd, hanging out. And I just want to show I'm not here to bring you news and leaks and review after review. I just want to share with you what I'm doing, and which is very similar to what a lot of you guys are doing. So I think it's just a great way to share our hobby. So alright, let's open the Lego set. Well, I'm not going to open the Lego set, but you know what I mean. So I did a haul video. It's probably going to be last weekend's video, not too sure. And I talked about Star Wars sets and how I did want to pick this set up. Well, it was probably virtually after I got that haul that it was only a couple of days that I saw this set on special again. Now, originally I saw it on special at Target, and I sort of hummed and hawed on it whether I should get it, and then I decided I'll bugger it, I'll get it. And it was only like an hour or two later I went back to get it and already sold out. So I jumped on Amazon, and Amazon had matched their price, so I picked it up from Amazon instead. Now let me just put the box over here, and it is the ATTE. So as I said, I wanted to pick up this set. I'm just trying to think out of the later Star Wars sets if there's still something I wanted to pick up. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But yeah, always good to get an ATTE. Show you the back there. It's set 75337. So yeah, so apologies I'm not a little bit more excitable, you know, as Lego normally makes me, but yeah, I'm sure you guys understand. So yeah, that's it for this video. Again, it's not the usual type of video. It's really just to bring you guys up to speed. And I know that you're going to say, look, if you can't produce videos, you know, don't worry about it. You understand, and I definitely understand that. But I really do want to try my hardest to keep putting something out each week, and even if I get real stuck for time, yeah, if I do a short or something on what I'm currently doing. I have started working on the castle. I've started building the castle, and in between I'm still doing bits and pieces to the Black Pearl, and I would really love in this period if I could bring you the video on the Black Pearl that I'm doing. But again, it's just a time thing where I'll just have to try and work on it at night, yeah, after I get all my jobs done. I guess between working a job and then working to get all this done, yeah, it's definitely gonna be a bit of a push. But like I said, if I get it all done after Christmas, I have 3 weeks off, and yeah, I can kick back and relax a bit then. So alright guys, a big thank you for taking the time to watch. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch, and I'll see you hopefully a little bit cheerier in the next video. Bye for now.